Good Wednesday evening, everybody. We got some showers and storms to talk about. First alert weather day, but in case you haven't figured it out, our first alert weather days are not extreme weather events. It's basically based on research saying y'all want to know when you need to be alerted to changing weather or weather that can impact your lives. And I'm here to tell you if there ever is a situation, there will be, where we have a significant severe weather impact, the wording is going to change markedly with these first alert weather days. Again, it kind of started out this first alert weather day as it was emergency weather, it was urgent weather, but it's kind of evolved. And we want to be very transparent in this. It's our brand, First Alert Weather. So First Alert Weather Days. There's research projects out there every 6 months or so that talk about who gives you the first alert, who gives you this and that. And we want to make sure we're giving you that first alert. And that's why we are the first alert station. So with that said, let's get into your weather forecast. Again, there's no immediate urgency to the weather tomorrow, but there will be some impact out there. So let's take a look here at what's going on in Huntsville right now and across the rest of the valley. It's pretty quiet out there. We've got some drizzle going on. The rain itself is holding back. It's just to the north, and that rain will be coming in early tomorrow morning. So the radar hasn't really changed. The forecast pretty much spot on right now. The model guidance has been pretty good with this. You can see the heavier rain up there in Nashville, and even that itself is moderate rain. But here's your day planner for tomorrow. Notice how the temperatures don't change much at all. These are going to be most likely elevated thunderstorms. That means the base of the thunderstorms is a little bit higher in the air. The instability is higher in the air. There's no surface-based instability we're dealing with. So overall, Debbie says it's a little spooky there under the clouds in Zip City. Yeah, I mean, we're almost just slightly below our normal afternoon high right now with temperatures in the upper 50s. This alert day, we're going to let it go around noon tomorrow. If anything that we've been looking at's changed, it's the timing. It's moving through faster. So instead of an inch of rain, we're looking closer to a quarter of an inch or a half inch of rain. And yeah, Nashville's going to look nice this weekend. It's going to be amazing all weekend long. We got great outdoor weather. But here's tomorrow morning, right around the start of the morning commute, we're going to see some isolated, locally heavy rain, some embedded thunderstorms. Probably just enough lightning to kind of get your mind in the mood for thunderstorms and spring weather. And we're just going to pole vault into a spring weather pattern this weekend. And the entire long-range forecast very much looks like spring. But we're still dealing with, I think we're past these Arctic outbreaks, these prolonged 4 or 5 day stretches of brutal cold weather, below freezing for several hours. But we are looking at, we're going to redbud winter, dogwood winter, locust winter, blackberry winter. So we're kind of in that phase now. But it's not to say we're probably going to have another night with overnight lows in the upper 20s. But I don't think we're going to get much colder than, say, 20 degrees. But those cold outbreaks are still looming out there. But here's a look at 7 o'clock in the morning. Here's one thing I've been watching. The model guidance kind of let go of some of the shower and thunderstorm activity, and now it's kind of bringing it back. So it's kind of gone back and forth. So we've kind of reached this happy median with some showers and storms in the morning. Overall spring weather here. Notice how this is becoming more of an organized line of showers and storms by about 9 o'clock in the morning. So very heavy rainfall. Let me put my glasses on so I can get a better look at it, because this is the latest model guidance just coming out. Notice how we're still in the 60s. And Melissa wants snow. It's looking really, really doubtful for any more snow. Of course, March, the superstorm in 93, it happened. I think that was maybe March 13th, something like that. But I just don't see that happening. It doesn't look like it. But tomorrow, we've got spring weather. Scattered showers and storms in the morning, locally heavy rain. And here's the thing, as you notice, we're in the 60s ahead of the area thunderstorms, and we're in the 60s behind it. This is a Pacific air mass coming in and modified at that. And by the noon hour, we've got a little sun poking through the clouds, and the temperatures are looking a little bit warmer than they were just a few hours ago with the latest model guidance. But so again, we're looking at temperatures probably reaching the mid-60s easily behind the rain. But notice how you still see the rain here in the southern fringes down towards Birmingham. So maybe if you're tuning in from Birmingham tonight, your rain's going to be a little bit more prolonged throughout the day than it is here in North Alabama. We get lucky. We'll probably see the sunset tomorrow. Really nice weather. The wind's not too bad. We're talking 9, 10 miles an hour. May get some gusts, though, with these thunderstorms around 25 to 30 miles an hour. But I don't see any threat of severe weather at all. So, speaking of spring, I'm going to take this quick break here, run this commercial, pay the bills, and then we're going to talk about your 10-day forecast and when the next chance of rain may come. That's all coming up right after this break. I'll tell you what, I'll talk for another 5 seconds, so the break only lasts 50 seconds. Thanks for tuning in tonight on a Wednesday. All right, thanks for sticking around. We lost like 30 people here. We lost 30 of you on that commercial break. You just could not stick around for that. One of those things where you're, what do they call that? The death scroll, where, you know, I left from my dinner break and my wife's just on her phone, scrolling. I guess I could grab my phone. It's just a constant scroll. It's like, So again, attention deficit disorder. I get it. I've got it sometimes too. So let's take a look at your forecast for the rain on the roof. 80% chance of rain. That's all before noon tomorrow. And with that, we're looking at temperatures probably in the mid-60s. Looking pretty good. And then our next chance of rain is coming up Monday. And it's very unsettled early next week. Some of the model guidance, the GFS, the American model, it's bringing rain in Monday. The European model says, wait a minute, we're going to bring it in Wednesday. I like the European more, but we'll have to see. Eventually, they kind of come together and agree on a solution. Man, we just lost 20 more. What's going on? Guys, no, we're about to the end. Here's your 10-day forecast, 65 tomorrow. Loyal foes. Thanks, May. We're almost done with the cold weather. This 10-day forecast just screams spring. I don't see any freezing temperatures for the next 10 days. In fact, we're probably going to see severe weather before we see snow, or at least a chance of snow. And I say that because there's always a chance. Early March, we're still looking. In fact, we've had snow in April. Spring break is usually the most, the trickiest time because everyone gets this stretch of spring weather. And you're thinking spring break's going to be awesome, and you go on spring break and you get a frost and a freeze. And usually spring break is when we talk about dogwood winter. So don't be surprised. And usually that happens after we get a big warm up. So we're really warm now. I think we're probably going to have dogwood winter around spring break. So just consider that. But first week of March doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's been better, but it's been a lot worse too. 70 degrees Friday, 74 Saturday, 74 Sunday. For your evening plans, patio, I'm going to be having a patio fire, hopefully each day, Friday, Saturday. I'm off Friday, so this is perfect time. I've been looking at this all week, and I'm like, I timed it out. How many times do you take that day off, and then you end up with crummy weather? I've done that a lot. So again, looking good. I don't have to come in for severe weather. We're good. So those are the things I think about when I take my time off. I'm like, am I going to have to go in for severe weather or not? But storms tomorrow will be out of here by noon. Tomorrow evening, we'll back off in the 40s. But evening temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s through about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So that's kind of my window for my backyard patio fire. But you guys take care. I'll be back tomorrow, one last day. I've had every Friday off this week, but they're all comp days. By the way, if you know what that means, you know what it means. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you.